Hello world, welcome to the channel where I'm building my own digital assistant named Shane, like Jarvis from the Iron Man movies and comics. My channel just hit 4,000 views, which is a requirement to get paid by YouTube. And in today's video, I'll go over 5 tips on how I hit 4,000 views and what I wish I did differently. So tip number 1 on what I wish I would have done differently is do better market research. So my channel is a Python programming channel, and the biggest names in Python programming is Centdex, which has about 996,000 subscribers as of today. Corey Schaefer, who has around 694,000 subscribers, and Tech with Tim, who has around 520,000 subscribers. So that's a relatively small market for me to be in. So that means my upward limit is lower than some of the bigger channels like Minecraft, who almost everybody who does Minecraft videos gets 1 million subscribers, and some of the bigger names have upwards of 6 million and 10 million. So if you're going to be a Minecraft YouTuber, know that that's a bigger market and there's more people out there. And another thing is, when you're doing your market research, determine how you watch the videos or how other people might watch your videos. In Python programming, I know when I look at those videos, I go straight into the part where I want to see it and then fast forward till I get to where I want. So my average view duration is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So it's hard to get 4,000 hours as a small YouTuber with that small duration. Now, if you do a vlog or a ASMR video, you're gonna more likely have people watching your videos for longer, so it'll be easier to get the 4,000 views. So tip number 1 is do more market research before you publish your first video. Tip number 2 is understand search engine optimization better, or SEO. My first real experience with SEO wasn't until later on into my channel. And then I went on Fiverr and paid $10 for somebody to do SEO on just one of my videos. And I made a video all about that, and you can watch that by clicking here. But basically they sent me snapshots of what they did, and I was able to tell that they were using a service called vidIQ. Now I've placed a link into the description. It's an affiliate link to vidIQ. I highly recommend, unless you're an SEO expert, to check out this service because it fundamentally changes the way you look at YouTube in general. So make sure you go to vidIQ. It'll help you with your channel tags, your video tags, how to create the title, where you should market it, etc. And so please check that out by clicking the affiliate link in the description below. Tip number 3 is identify market opportunities early on before you publish your first video. And I mean this in a nice way, but my Facebook family and friends are not the most supportive on things I've tried to do on the past. And I have very few family members and friends on Facebook who are interested in Python programming. So marketing there, which is where I marketed in the beginning, is probably not the best place to market when you're first starting out. So what you should do is, if you're starting a channel, then you should identify the places that you can market to who would be interested in watching your videos on the market research that you did. So for example, I went on Reddit and found a subreddit for Python programming where you can show off your projects you're working on. And that became a major boom to my channel. Also, as part of the Python programming, I automated my Twitter experience. And so I was able to find very programming-centric people. Also, I got a new job recently at General Dynamics Information Technology, and I was able to change kind of my LinkedIn from Air Force-centric, because I was in the Air Force before, to an IT-centric, right? So I accepted friend requests and connected with people who are very IT-centric. And so I was able to find people who are more interested in the work I was doing, and that became a boom to my channel. So make sure that you have you do your research on which opportunities will be best to market on there and focus on those That way, the very first day you do your first video, you have a very engaged audience from the beginning. The fourth tip is very simple. Create professional thumbnails from the beginning. I did not do this, and I wish I did. I can go back, but I've kind of progressed. I use Canva, www.canva.com, to create my thumbnails now, and they have a lot of services for free. So most people try to create thumbnails in PowerPoint, and you can do that if you're really good, but I do suggest getting a free or premium service for Canva, or one of those alternatives. So you can't control how people come to your channel or which video they choose to come to your channel for. It could be your good marketing from following tip number 3, or it could just be the YouTube algorithm suggesting it. So you want every video on your channel to have a good thumbnail that represents your channel. So my first 20 videos or so have random thumbnails, and they probably don't suggest that, I'm a professional YouTuber. And so that is my recommendation, is create professional thumbnails for your YouTube from the very beginning. And the last step is to focus on an area that you can do a complete project or playlist on. One of the SEO requirements is to use playlists, and that's great for view hours because people will just click on a playlist and let it run because it's easier. But what I did was I have Python programming, but I bounced around for subjects, which was actually great for subscribers. So there's 2 requirements to become a paid YouTuber. One is 1,000 subscribers. The second one is 4,000 views in the last 12 months. So most people have a hard time getting the 4,000 views in the last 12 months. And that's why I focused on this video. And so having complete playlists entices people to watch all of them in a row in a series. And so what I recommend doing is, if let's say you have a how to build a garden farm, make sure you have a good 5 to 10 videos lined up in a playlist in a row. That way people subscribe to your channel, but they stay there to watch these playlists develop. Now I have dozens of playlists already, even though I only have 120 videos, and people aren't really clicking on them because they're not completed series. So things I would have done different, the 5th step is to focus on an area and create a full playlist. So I hope these 5 tips on how to get your 4,000 hours have helped you, and I hope you implement these videos or these tips before creating your first video. If you are into Python programming or robotics, Raspberry Pi, automation, AI, please consider subscribing to my channel. Please leave a comment if these tips helped you or if you have a better tip. And thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.